guys, this is something that I'm really excited about. A brand new iOS app for telemetry in Gran Turismo 7. I'm going to run you through a little bit of the setup and run you through a full race to show you everything this telemetry app can do. So just starting off straight away, all you need to do is download the app Ezio Dash from Apple Store. Then you put in the IP address of your PlayStation 5. You need to be on the same Wi-Fi network as your PlayStation 5. So for me it's 192.168.1.30. Don't hack me, guys. And then you just choose connect, and then that will be connected to your PS5, PS4, whichever one. It works on PS4 as well, any Gran Turismo 7 game. And you just swipe across to get the telemetry of the game as you're using it. You've got two screens. You've got the detailed telemetry with all of the stuff on screen right here, or you've got a simplified one where the icons are much bigger. And if you've got it a little bit further away from you, you just get a much bigger, easier to view dashboard. And it's really good. I'm going to go through that with you in a second. First of all, though, big shout out to LB, long time channel subscriber, back from when I had 100 or maybe 200 subscribers back in the day, old school channel member. Big shout out to you, because you informed me about this app. I'd previously done some tyre testing and telemetry data videos using an old Android tablet because they didn't have an iPhone app at the time. But now checking this one out, this was much better than the Android version. Testing out World Touring Car 700 with telemetry. I've got my rally car. I love this rally car, but we've got the telemetry right in front now. We'll see how tyre wear, tyre temperatures, all of that data is gathered for this with the rally car. As always, guys, we're going to be on maximum attack. Make the car a little bit more wild, I think. There we go, that's more like it. Oh, maximum fun. I love this car. It's so good. No room on the outside of the track. There we go, the space has opened up. Off we go. Tyre temperature wise, we're looking at 65 degrees. I think the interesting thing is the coast and brake overlap kind of data. We'll get to that in a little bit later in this video. But for now, we're going to get the car stopped into the first chicane on the Moors Unster. Oh, this car's so good. Absolutely fantastic. 80-20 torque split on the centre diff, and what a fantastic car this is. Quick check of the weather and looking good. Oh, I just realised we should be on a much leaner fuel map. That's going to compromise our strategy a little bit, but honestly we're still going to smash the win in this one, guys, no problem at all. But it is going to be a bit less powerful, a little bit less fun. In the background you may see, or even may not see, green screen. This is something I'm going to try out for the channel, constantly trying to improve the sim rig setup. Bit of a traffic jam. Smoke these guys on corner exit. See you later. So tyre temperatures haven't really increased that much. I'm going to switch to the different screen for tyre temperatures. There we go. It's a bit bigger on those numbers for me to see. Maybe I need the telemetry a little bit closer to me in the cockpit, but yeah, it's got the fuel percent remaining, which is pretty good. Whoa, wild. Now the good thing is, in daily races for example, I can switch back to radar. Oh, I've still got forward brake bias. Let's sort that out. So I can switch back to radar in the MFD on screen, but I still have access to fuel percentage remaining in the dashboard telemetry, which I think is really quite good. I'll try to keep it in track limits. Oh, that's out, I think. That is probably the most annoying corner on the track. You know what, guys, I forgot how good this car is. It's absolutely fantastic. Getting some heat into those tyres now, working it through Porsche curves. Got to be a little bit cautious on turning. But with this car, we can actually just smash over the curbs without too many problems. So 73% left in the tank. 26% used per lap on the telemetry. But actually I used a lot of the first part of the lap with a bit too rich on the fuel map. So we should still get 4 laps out of this tank. Weather dependent, of course. Now, tyre temperatures, you can heat them through the corners. You can see when you're leaning on the tyres, but actually, I'm not really putting a massive amount of tyre temperatures into the residual tyre temperature. The overall tyre temperature, the higher number is, I believe, it's a 30-second average of the tyre temperature, whereas the lower number is the actual instantaneous tyre temperature. I'm not sure if one is calculated or if both of them come from the UDP data coming out of Gran Turismo itself. On the brakes, we're not really warming the front tyres as much as I thought we would do just on brakes alone. It mostly comes down to brakes and turning at the same time. That's when you really put the heat into the tyres, or just really leaning on the car in the corners. So the prediction is 2.5 laps of fuel left. We've changed the fuel mixture a little bit from when that was calculated, so I believe we're going to be much better on fuel than it is displaying for us right now. Right, we're going to get the tyres heated up a bit there. You see them red start to appear on that left rear tyre. And yeah, we get a bit of heat into that, but again, it's dropped back down in temperature. It's that peaking of the heat that seems to fall away pretty quickly. Really starting to work that rear tyre again. But again, it's dropped back down to temperature. It's spiked the heat for that instantaneous usage, but we're back down to a good temperature yet again. This is the best car in the game, guys. This Group B rally car is so good. Try and work those rear tyres, get a bit of heat into those rears. Good traction out the corner there. Quick check on the weather. Nothing's coming in so far, so lap number 2, we're all good. If we can get to the line with more than 50% in the tank, then I think we're good to go to lap 4 still, as the original strategy is. I'm going to double downshift on this corner here just to make sure we scrub the speed to hit the apex, which is nicely done there. That is all good. Brushing the barrier, almost. Right, working those front tyres now. Look at that, heating up that front outside tyre with that understeer. And I think that's one way you could probably save tyres and tyre wear by only turning the exact amount you need for each of the corners. Once you're steering into the corner, there's no point steering anymore. Oh, is that a cut? Oh, I don't know about that. Let's see. We're going to get a 4 minute 6 second lap time. That is displayed on the other page of the app, I believe. Now the page I'm using right now is the kind of more reduced page, and things have gone very wrong there, which gives a chance to get some heat into the tyres. Of course, that was fully planned, guys, all for the testing. And yeah, those rear tyres got really rinsed out there, but again, we're dropping back down in the tyre temperatures. So yeah, we'll put a bit of heat in there, but it didn't really spike the average tyre temperature too much. Obviously, going backwards into turn 1 is never conclusive to getting good lap times. 50% left in the tank, so I think we're all good for fuel, even after that slight error in the first part of the first lap, using too much power. And the rain is starting to come, but whether it will come, this will be quite interesting. It'll be interesting as well to see how the rain affects the tyre temperatures. This is something I've never really been able to capture up until now. So what I want to do, I want to get the tyres really quite hot. And I need to do that before the end of lap number 4 for when the rain comes. You know what, testing tyres in the wet weather, guys, it's quite difficult because the weather can be so random. By the time you get the tyres to where you want them to be, you have to pit for fuel. There we go, that's getting a bit of heat into those tyres. The heat's dropped off a little bit, so yeah, I mean, we're up at 80, 81 on the rear. We'll see. When the rain comes, I expect those to go a lot cooler into the blues maybe, and certainly if we get to a point where we're losing traction because of the wet weather, I'd expect to see them like really cold. We might be lucky here, guys. Coming to the end of, well, halfway around lap number 3, the rain is coming in. I'm going to lap number 4. Hopefully we can get caught out with the rain. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm not a particularly good racing driver if I'm hoping to be caught out with the rain. But this is just for testing purposes, and I want to see what happens for you guys. Again, trying to work those tyres. Get the heat into them. That's a big cut there. There we go. That is working those tyres. We got away with that track cut. That was a huge cut. Okay, so things are getting colder for sure. The clouds come over. We're going to be hitting rain surely on lap number 4. Oh, starting to work that car even through Porsche curves. In fact, I can really get the front tyres to really work that front tyre, just oversteering through the corner, just steering far too much. Look at that tyre cook. Okay, there we go. But the temperature's dropping back again. So, okay, we've got heat in the tyres. Rain is coming down. Let's see what happens with the tyres. We're going 1 lap more. We don't care about strategy. We just want to see what happens to the tyres. 80 degrees for the front and the rears. Almost to the middle of the first segment in the wetness meter. And are we? Okay, the rain's coming down really hard now, guys. Keep an eye on that telemetry. I'll try and drive semi-normally so that we can see the temperatures. I don't want to cook the tyres intentionally. So into the second part of the wetness meter. I'm not really losing tyre temperature, I've got to say. Still 81 at the rear. I am losing grip, that is for sure. Okay, so it's not what I expected to see so far. We've definitely got water on the track. It's definitely raining. I'm still keeping heat in the tyres though. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys, because that's not quite what I expected. So yeah, it's for sure wet, and we should get on the brakes a little bit earlier here, guys. But it's not super wet. We're not. There's no puddles on the track yet. I'm definitely lacking grip, that's for sure. But this four-wheel drive car is incredible. It's so good. I've got a full tune on my channel for this exact build. Go and check it out at the end of this video. I'll link you over to that one. But for now, I'm not seeing the huge drop in tyre temperatures I would expect to see, considering we've got wet on the track and it's currently raining. So is that a myth debunked that wetness cools tyres down? We're definitely losing grip now, guys. Okay, this is like fully Tokyo Drift. I just need to get it back straight again. Yeah, so we've got, I would say, zero traction right now. Yeah, so the track is in intermediate tyre territory. I really have no grip at all. You know what, I'm going to have to actually put some more square torque vectoring going on. In fact, we're going full 50-50 here. It's just, I'm absolutely monstering the tyres with... Wow. Yeah, I've still got good heat in the tyres, guys. I mean, I was expecting down to like 60 degrees, 50 degrees maybe. No, I'm literally wheel spinning now, guys. There we go. Let's get it lined up, fire it away. So now the fronts are starting to cool down. We are getting a lot of water on the track now. Is this maybe where we start getting that cooling effect now? So yeah, up into the top half of the middle section, we're starting to get blue on the tyre temperatures. And I have zero grip, absolutely zero. Get the car stopped, which is actually impossible. So tyre temperatures are dropping a little. Don't know why I'm going so fast into Porsche curves on slick tyres. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, that is a full aquaplane moment, that is. I'm just a passenger. Oh my god. I'm on the escape road. I have no idea where I am. Okay, I think the track's this way. This is why we should have pitted. But it's all in the aid of science. Oh my god. It's like just driving on ice. And I think we do need to pit for sure. And what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to pit. I'm going to put intermediate tyres on. Even though it's likely to dry out, I want to see how hot the intermediate tyres get on a drying track. I think that'd be very interesting. But we need to get to the pits first. I've got nothing, absolutely nothing. Oh boy. I'm going to try and get it stopped. There we go, we're good, I think. Okay, right. Now, do I go full wets? You know what, I'm going full wet tyres, and I want to see if we can absolutely destroy them on tyre temperatures as the track dries out. Now, it takes a long time to get the guy into the pit box at Le Mans. So while we're waiting, if you are enjoying this video, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do have channel memberships active on my channel, so go and check those out at the end of the video. I hope you're enjoying this so far. We're doing this for the science. We're doing this to try and find out exactly what happens in Gran Turismo with tyre temperatures and tyre selection, with weather. See what happens. So it's all about the testing, guys. I'm doing the testing so that it helps you get faster. Let's see what the tyre temperatures are when they put the brand new tyres on. Filling the car up to the maximum, and we're going to fire out the pit now. And so we're going to exit the pits at 60-degree tyre temperatures. These are the full wet tyres, and I'd say it's a drying track, guys. It's still wet at the moment, but we'll see how this one goes. Now what I need to do is change the torque vectoring back to something a bit more fun. There we go, 70-30, let's try that. And all I want to do now is just drive quickly to just... Do we get any tyre temperatures? Not yet. I mean, there are a few long straights at Le Mans, which mean we're not going to be working those tyres hard. And guys, even after all that spinning around, we're still 36 seconds ahead of second place. So this car is an absolute missile. And weather-wise, we are all good to the end of the race. So what I want to do is keep an eye on weather. Get on the brakes now. Are we going to generate any heat in those tyres? Absolutely none. So it seems on the wet track it's actually really difficult to get heat into the tyres from the off. I mean, weaving on the straight isn't really having any effect. We'll try and oversteer the steering in the corners. Yeah, we can get the heat into the tyres when we're working the front tyres too hard by overlocking the car on steering lock. But again, the temperature drop back off again. Track is drying. We're probably coming down to that final third on the wetness meter again. So this is where I'm expecting to see temperatures of the tyres start to go up, especially when we get a bit hot on the brakes. Has just disappeared though. We get a bit of temperature in there, but they just go away. Was it 8:15 on the race clock? This is going to be at least 2 more laps after this one. So hopefully we can get to a dry track by the time we finish this one. In fact, you can see the dry line appearing now. We're going to add a bit more spice by putting the torque vectoring a little bit more rearwards. Try and get those rear tyres lit up. See what happens to tyre temperatures. Get the car stopped early for this first part of Porsche curves. Oh, that's the barrier. Oh, that's not good. So we are putting heat into the steering tyres. That's going to work the tyres out a good amount, that is. But again, the temperature just drops right back down again really quickly. actually seems quite difficult to get heat into the tyres that stays there. A bit of rally crossing. So there are still wet parts of the track. Like here, for example, there's a lot of water. Then a dry line on the approach to turn 1. Or is that turn 1? I don't know what's counted as turn 1 at Le Mans. Let me know in the comments, guys. Now, tyre wear wise, I've absolutely rinsed out these front tyres, and it's probably not because I've overheated them. Looking at the tyre temperatures, yeah, tyre wear on a dry track with wet tyres is insane at the moment. Certainly at the Le Mans World Touring Car 700, it is a high tyre wear multiplier race, and that just means we rinse out the tyres. We almost ran out of front tyres. So let's compensate by sending the power all the way to the rear and see if we can wear out these rears as well. And we could be running on rims by the time we finish this race, guys. But tyre temperature hasn't really built up, so honestly, the tyre temperatures aren't what I expected. I expected to see really high tyre temperatures from these wet weather tyres in a dry track, and to be able to cool them by going onto the wet parts of the track like so, and we're having absolutely no effect on the tyre temperatures at all. So I think that is a myth busted right there, guys. I'm not sure it actually has an effect. Missed the braking point there a little bit. Yeah, we have rinsed these tyres out, guys, and we got at least another lap and a bit to go. But we're a minute 14 up, racing on hard difficulty, as we always do. This car is unbeatable for this race, no matter what the conditions. Even when you purposely screw up the strategy, this car is an absolute beast. Full rally cross there, guys. Wet weather tyres, 100% worn out. It's no problem, we're just coming to the corner sideways. Okay, so we literally have no tyres at all left. Oh, there's a slither on the right front, which I'm sure we'll get rid of by the time we hit the braking zone through Indianapolis. Let's actually brake a little bit earlier here. You know what is interesting, guys? I wonder if I can change this setup to only use intermediate tyres and just raise the power through the roof. Because even on completely worn out wet weather tyres, on a dryish track, the car still smokes everybody. Wow. This is the best. Smash through the boards. Oh man. So we've got one more lap to go. I can't wear the tyres out any more than I have already. We are finally getting some heat into the tyres, but we are giving some massive abuse. Way more abuse than you would ever give them if you actually drive them properly. There's still bits of water on the track. It's not a completely dry track. I guess it's because that's in the shadow of the grandstands, perhaps. that bit doesn't really get the sun to dry out. So we've got to race back to the line now to get as close to that 30 minutes as possible, because it's not going to be an ideal time, but we have done all sorts of stupid stuff in this race, because why not? Five seconds off our personal best lap because we've got no tyres. What a fantastic car this is to drive, and we're still pulling away on second place. 1 minute 22 in the lead right now, and I've probably got enough fuel in the tank to really boost it up. Yeah, why not? Let's go maximum fuel. Just let's finally kill those tyres. Looking for the braking point out here. Is that a bit deep? Oh, it is. Oh, we're going 360. Oh, that's awkward. I think we have to go in reverse. Find the paddles. There we go. Everybody's pitted. What are the AI thinking in this race? They just don't have a good strategy, really. You know what? I don't even think that's pitted for strategy. I think that's pitted for fuel. Oh boy. Big cut. Let's get it together. So we are heating up those rear tyres, but I think that's just because we're driving a bit stupid. And we've got almost all the drive to the rear. Have we? Yeah, we've got all the drive to the rear, so that is why we're heating those rear tyres. Oh, that was absolutely fantastic. That was the best rally corner entry I think I've ever done at Le Mans. Even that was pretty spectacular. We should do more races with rally cars in Gran Turismo 7. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. Best car in the world. It needs the concentration, but damn, it's good. Sideways on a straight. .360 across the line for the win. There we go, guys. What do you think of that? What do you think of the tyre telemetry, the tyre data? Does it do as you expect it to do, or is it just missing something? I'm not quite sure. I think more testing is required. If you want to know the build that I used for this particular challenge, It's linked on screen right now. Go and check that one out. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.